pt2 the show. Chris Judd from the Blues, our very special guest. And Juddy, one of your great mates, plays his 250th tomorrow. He's been a colourful character right through his career, Ben Cousins. Little birdie tells us that you might have paid a visit down to the Richmond Footy Club today to maybe speak about Ben on behalf of to the players at the club. Is that true?
Yes, technically, yes. No, it is. Yeah, look, it is true. It's quite ironic, I guess. I actually went to the best speech I've ever heard on Thursday night. Heard Nando Parado talk about surviving a plane crash and being stuck in the Andes for 72 days before he got rescued. And, he spoke for about an hour and a half, and halfway through his speech I looked around the room and just had the crowd all on their edge of their seats in the palm of their hand. And halfway through my 2 or 3 minutes of fumbling through my speech at Richmond, I looked around the eyes at Punt Road and I didn't quite have the same effect on as Nando had on me.
You should have just talked about some of the West Coast end-of-season trips, sorry.
What did you say? What was the whole message about?
Oh, look, it was just about... Jade Rawlings rang me up and just wanted someone to come down and talk about, what it was like to play with Cuz and what I learnt from him. So, I guess he's played 12 games for Richmond, so wanted to get one of the old teammates in, so, yeah.
Double-page spread in the Melbourne Herald Sun. Robbo wrote the story today about Ben Cousins on the eve, and this was one of the quotes that I think a lot of people found pretty interesting. I'm just about the only normal person I know. Yeah. What the hell?
Everyone else is completely mad. It's called solipsism, Andy. It's a philosophical school of thought where you basically interpret the universe as your own.
Mick, it's either that or possibly it's called having a sense of humour. He's a funny guy, isn't he?
He is a funny guy, yeah.
He loves you too. He said, get all your money and put it on Judd for the Brownlow. So.
OK. Look, I thought there was another interesting quote in the piece as well. Can you live without footy? I don't know. I sense that wasn't a joke. And I wonder, you know him well, Chris. Do you feel like he's out of the mire in terms of the battles that he's faced of late?
Look, I probably wouldn't be fit to answer it. It's obviously a tough thing he's had to go through, but, it's been just great to see him get out on the park and, he's probably playing as good a footy as ever, and, I think that's great for Richmond, but obviously great for him as well.
Yep.
And I notice, of course, huge game tomorrow for him at Richmond, and the Richmond cheer squad have done it again. They've made up a banner for him. We can look at that now. Congratulations, Ben Cousins, 12 games. I think they might have forgotten about the West Coast days there. But now, Jody, it is time for a segment that wears number 5 on its duffel coat. It is the Home Hardware...
This is the hardest tool I've ever had to give. I won't deny that. No, I won't just do it.
Hard enough and do it.
No, I need a preamble on this. I did not choose. I was forced to do this. But I'm going to do it. Look, I mean, there's one man in the AFL who was seen as the elite player, and at his club, everyone looks to him, especially at training. They look to train the way he trains, and... here before the game, we're not quite sure about his training methods. Let's have a look at this man the other day. Let's have a look at that as a training method. We're not happy about that. Also look to follow his skills at training. Let's have a look at this man. Let's have a look at these skills. All right, now that is not the way. I look at his marking. That is not the way. Let's have a look at his kicking above all else. It's not good enough, Chris Judd. We're not happy with it. That's why you are this week's tool. You've got us from Home Hardware, your proper hardware store, and you win. At least you win a present. You win the cordless hammer drill.
You were to present it on the night. It's quite a strange, ironic presentation, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a look at Chris Judd. Now, that is a man who's prepared to do anything to get out in the field. Look at the tape that he put. Look at the body as well. That's hot. But the amount of tape that you put on your body, Chris, is just incredible. You've got to do that, do you? You have to keep yourself completely in check, do you?
I've got to stop pulling that face. Every time I'm up there, I'm sort of
yeah,
giving
but
it that one,
it's great to see the pain that's on your face. We know how much you care.
You always wear tape for the rest of your playing days?
The rest of my life.
God.
No, look, I will. Yeah, Wednesdays I do the full strap, and Saturdays I'll do it. So
I'm worried about the environmental impact of all that tape.
Do recycle, Mick.
Run up the day and make myself a Juddy tape ball. I'm going to take it to games and throw it round. There it is.
Next. Oh.
Careful.
There's
Yeah.
camera 7. Next week's show, of course, if you want to be watching before the game next week, this is the place to be doing it, of course, and this is the time to be doing it with the Footy Record, of course. Limo, massive day for Michael O'Loughlin tomorrow for the Sydney Footy Club.
Most playingest player ever for the Swans. He's an absolute legend there. He's celebrating his 300th tomorrow.
And of course, you've got that. Well, it's a massive night for Geelong. Of course, Carlton ruined the party by beating them last night, but the 150th anniversary celebration and a book Geelong has been put out to commemorate it.
Do you think
that's available at all good
Do you think
bookstores.
Geelong might? They looked tired last night. Do you think it could be over for Geelong? Their reign.
Oh, look, I think it's too early to call it, but they've still got some pretty important players to come back into their side, so I'm sure they'll still be up there.
They did play a star-studded team last night, though, didn't they?
They did.
Well, we got to get going. Johnny, good luck for the rest of the year. We all really mean that. Chris Judd, our special guest, Adelaide taking on the Pies.